Hey guys, for this week's Fear Friday, the thing I was going to talk to you about is the topic of pain. And I've gotten some questions about pain and just how do you know when to pull the plug? If you're in a race and you're starting to feel some pain, what kind of pain is too much? When do you decide to call it quits? When do you decide to push through? So it's a really interesting topic, and of course I have some thoughts on it. I'm obviously not a doctor, so I'm not here to tell you, what injuries you need to stop in a race for. That's not really what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk a little bit about how to get your mind right in those situations. And so one of the things that I often say about pain is that it's a really great tool. It's one of the best ways that you can know when something is starting to go wrong. And so something I suggest is really taking note from the beginning of a race. Little things. Don't let a problem turn into a really big problem. So the first moment that you start to feel any sort of discomfort, start to think about why that's happening. Do a full body checklist. Start from your head down to your toes. So if you start to get a headache, a lot of times headaches are caused by dehydration. Do you have a headache? When was the last time you took your gel? How much are you drinking? Little things. Start from there. Then go to your shoulders. Are you slouching? Because slouching, that puts you in a really bad postural position. So when you're running, your spine's in a bad position, which can trickle all the way down to your lower body. So literally do a head to toe checklist. Where's your core? Where's your hips? Are your feet under your hips when you're running? Do you see your toes? Are you striding too much? All of these things can really make a difference if you start to feel little tiny things that are little nagging pains. If you can get ahead of them the moment that you feel them, a lot of times you can stave them off. You can stop them from turning into big disasters. So that's my number one thing to say to begin the discussion with pain. But a lot of times we don't do that. So if we don't do that and we're in a race and we're starting to really have some painful issues, one of the things I say is take 5 minutes. If you feel like you're really having some discomfort, wait 5 minutes. If that means stop and walk for 5 minutes, if that means, I don't want to say sit down in a chair, because a lot of times the chair, the old saying is beware of the chair, because a lot of times if you sit down, you won't get back up. But I like to say try to keep moving for 5 more minutes. And in 5 minutes, check yourself, see how you're feeling, see where you are. And at that point, if you can go another 5 minutes, go another 5 minutes. During all of that time, be doing the checklist. What am I feeling? Where's my body? Where's my core? When was the last time I took my gels, my hydration, my food? All of that stuff. I know I'm very repetitive, but if you can kind of stay in the moment with that stuff and always in tune, you can understand why you're feeling that pain. So once you've waited the 5 minutes 2 times, take that last 5 minutes. So 15 minutes, 3 sets of 5 minutes, wait 5 minutes, wait 5 minutes. If you can move for 15 minutes through some pain, chances are it's more of a mental struggle that you're having. Because if you're in true pain and 15 minutes later, you're still moving forward, that's a good sign. If you can't do that, if you can't move forward, you can't progress at all, you can't walk, you can't run, after 15 minutes, that's the time when you start to really think, is this an actual physical injury? Do I need to stop? Because a lot of times there are these things that are happening that, you definitely want to push through, but you don't want to cause a problem that's going to give you a long-term issue. So, those are my suggestions. Take the 5 minutes, wait another 5, and then wait another 5. And if you can make it through those 15 minutes of feeling the discomfort, but you've managed to move forward, then chances are, you're having an emotional struggle with the pain, but that you physically can proceed. Just some suggestions. Pain is, people always say no pain, no gain. I don't really agree with that, because I think you should be able to run efficiently and healthily without without a lot of pain, but sometimes we have them in races, and that's just part of it. But if you can try to get ahead of it and really be in the moment and understand what's happening, a lot of times you can prevent a big disaster down the road. So that's my suggestion. Just some tips. I hope you guys have a great weekend and rest of the week, and stay tuned for another Fear Friday next week. Thanks so much. Bye.